In the teeny tiny town of Sparkleburg lived a boy named Leo who had a very big secret. He wasn't just any boy. He was the proud owner of a wish jar. And inside this wish jar lived a fairy named Pip. Pip wasn't your usual sparkly, fluttery fairy. He was a grumpy little guy, about the size of Leo's thumb, with hair that stood up like a dandelion puff and a permanent frown. He wore a tiny vest made of a leaf and complained about everything, especially wishes. "Another wish?" Pip would grumble, crossing his tiny arms. "Don't you know how much paperwork a wish generates? It's a logistical nightmare." Leo loved making wishes. He wished for extra dessert, for his toys to clean themselves up, and for sunny days at the park. Pip granted them all, but always with a sigh and a dramatic eye roll. One Tuesday, Leo was feeling particularly mischievous. His older sister, Maya, had just built the most magnificent pillow fort in the living room. It was a palace of cushions and blankets, with a sign that read, "Maya's Kingdom, no Leos allowed." This, of course, was an invitation for mischief. Leo tiptoed to his room, opened his wish jar, and whispered, "Pip, I have the best wish ever." Pip floated out, looking bored. "Let me guess. You want a mountain of chocolate? A pet dragon?" Honestly, the creativity level these days is just abysmal. "Nope," Leo grinned. "I wish that for the rest of the day, every time my sister Maya says the word mine, a frog will appear." Pip's grumpy face twitched. A tiny smile, the first one Leo had ever seen, appeared on his lips. "Now that," Pip said, rubbing his hands together. "That is a wish with potential. A little chaotic, a little messy. I like it. Wish granted." With a flick of his tiny wrist, a shimmer of green dust filled the air and then vanished. Leo crept back to the living room. Maya was arranging her stuffed animals inside her fort. "This fluffy unicorn is all mine," she declared proudly. Poof! A small green frog with big googly eyes appeared right on top of the unicorn's head. "Ribbit!" it chirped. Maya stared. "Where did you come from?" She scooped up the frog. "Well, I guess you're mine now too." Poof! Another frog, slightly larger and spottier, landed on her shoulder. "Ribbit! Ribbit!" Maya's eyes widened. "What is happening? This is my fort! These pillows are mine!" Poof! Poof! Two more frogs appeared, one on a cushion and one on the floor, doing a little froggy hop. Leo could barely contain his giggles. He hid behind the sofa, peeking over the top. Maya was getting flustered. "This is not funny. That book is mine." Poof! A frog popped out from between the pages of her favorite storybook. The living room was quickly becoming a frog pond. They were on the couch, on the rug, on the TV stand. Ribbits filled the air. "Mom!" Maya yelled, running towards the kitchen. "Something weird is happening. My fort, all those frogs are mine." Poof! A particularly large bullfrog appeared in the doorway, letting out a deep booming, "Ribbit!" Mom walked in, took one look at the frog-filled living room, and put her hands on her hips. "Maya, Leo, what is going on in here? Whose mess is this?" Maya pointed a shaky finger at the amphibian army. They're all... She hesitated, looking at the frogs everywhere. She knew what would happen if she said the word. She took a deep breath. "They belong to me," she said carefully. No frog appeared. Leo's jaw dropped. She'd found a loophole. But the problem of the frogs remained. There were at least a dozen of them, hopping around and exploring their new home. One was trying to eat a crayon. Another was sitting on the remote control, changing the channels with its sticky feet. Mom sighed. "Okay, team. Operation Frog Rescue. We need to get all of our new friends back outside to the garden pond." Leo, feeling a little guilty but also finding the whole situation hilarious, joined the rescue mission. He and Maya spent the next hour carefully catching frogs in a bucket. It was slippery, slimy, and surprisingly fun. They worked together, laughing as a frog would leap just out of reach or try to climb up the curtains. As they released the last frog by the pond, Maya looked at Leo. "This was your fault, wasn't it? That funny look on your face. This has Leo's wish written all over it." Leo couldn't help it. He burst out laughing. "I wished that every time you said mine, a frog would appear." Maya stared at him, then a slow smile spread across her face. "That is the silliest, most ridiculous thing I've ever heard." Then she laughed too. "Okay, it was a little funny. My fort is still... It still belongs to me, though." They both froze, waiting. Nothing happened. The wish had worn off. That evening, Leo went to thank Pip. The grumpy fairy was polishing his tiny leaf vest. "So," Pip grumbled, trying to hide his smile. "How was the frog-pocalypse?" "It was amazing," Leo said. "Even Maya thought it was funny in the end, and we worked together to save them." Pip snorted. "Teamwork, sharing, positive outcomes. You ruined a perfectly chaotic wish with all your wholesomeness. Next time, wish for something properly mischievous, like squirrels replacing all the spoons with twigs." Leo laughed. He knew Pip didn't really mean it. As he drifted off to sleep that night, he thought about his next wish, maybe something with bouncy castles. Or perhaps a day where everyone had to talk in rhymes. With a mischievous fairy like Pip, he knew his next adventure was just one naughty wish away. And in the living room, Maya had rebuilt her fort. The sign now read, "Our Kingdom." And sitting on the pillow just inside the entrance, she had placed a small toy frog, a little reminder of the day her naughty brother's wish went wonderfully, wildly, and ribbitingly wrong. Thanks for watching our story today. If you had a wish-granting fairy, what would you wish for? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more fun adventures. See you next time.